because the Dak Prescott deal didn't get done during the Cowboys bye week, that all signs are pointing to the boys letting Dak go in the offseason, getting rid of Jason Garrett, bringing in who's the head coach of the Patriots? Bringing in Josh McDaniels, and signing Tom Brady. Welcome to Tommy World.
Oh, my God. I don't know what people are saying that, but for the sake of our radio show, in our simulcasted show, where we have to talk about the Cowboys and pretty much have to talk about Tom Brady, what a perfect situation that would be for us.
That's 2 birds, 1 stone.
Stinks for the New England Patriots. Stinks for Dak Prescott. Really thought Jerry Jones and Dak were going to get the deal done here during bye week, because if not, still a distraction. Whether anybody wants to think about it or not, and Dak will be very professional. Dak will continue to do his job. He was a 4th-round draft pick. He has yet to get broken off. So this is massive, alarming amounts of numbers in the potential back of his mind, not only his but his family's. Like, there's life-changing money coming to him. He's earned it, whether it's with the Cowboys or not. That's a distraction. Whether people want to talk about it or not, that's something you're thinking about. Like, okay, why do you think guys go into a contract year and play their best? Because they're thinking about it. So let's assume that if they're thinking about it and it only happens positively, that's not an accurate statement. If they think about it and negative things happen, that's probably something that could happen as well. I'm not saying it will with Dak Prescott, because Dak Prescott has proven that he's a baller. But at some point, Dak Prescott has to think, like, man, when am I going to get my money here? I came in fresh off of Tony Romo. See you later, Tony Romo. Go become the broadcaster that everybody marvels over. I'm going to take this job over as a 4th-round draft pick, become the leader here, and really rebuild a franchise that was kind of becoming obsolete for a bit. I think if Dak and Jerry couldn't negotiate a deal.
This is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Who says they don't make the playoffs? Who says Josh McDaniels doesn't get hired as the head coach? Who says that Tommy Boy doesn't go down to Dallas and just take over the big D on America's team? That would be quite an interesting little turn of events there. And what if he saved the Cowboys, by the way? What if he went down there and Josh McDaniels just completely turned around? I'm not saying the Cowboys aren't going to make the playoffs this year. If they can play like they did last week, that would be incredible. If they don't, though, and they don't make the playoffs, that is the world we're currently living in. Wow. What a turn of events that would be.
It almost makes too much sense.
Too much sense.
I mean, it could just be a clean swap, you know? Then Dak, boom, goes and signs with the Pats for, maybe not what he was expecting to get, but, I mean, it really does almost make too much sense.
I heard people saying that Dak wants to either go to Denver or Chicago. That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
What are you saying whoa for? I think people in Chicago should be like,
it was a shocking whoa.
like you're
news unfolding.
Oh my God! Didn't know that as a Chicago Bear fan.
Bear down.
I didn't know that either. By the way, he always pats the helmet too. By the way, I don't know if you can hear that after he says "bear down." There's a little tap in the back. It's because he's patting the Bears helmet. What a special individual he is. We had people were saying in the first hour, Ty read it, because this is what other people are saying, not us. Dak Prescott, didn't get the deal done during a bye week, which will be a distraction. It'll be. There's a lot of money in there, so it'll be a distraction. They don't make the playoffs. Dak Prescott, Jason Garrett, Josh McDaniels, in. Tom Brady, in. Welcome to Tommy World.
Oh, boy.
Guarantee. It's almost a guarantee at this point.
The world would explode. The world would go upside down.
It literally would. Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, man, this doesn't work without you guys. Let's get open for business, and let's wake up the football gods here today, Friday. Shout out to everybody. I see X Factor. I see Dorsey. I see Cowboys Up North, who started a YouTube channel. I see Joseph Heatherly, who has done so much to help me. Tamira Parker, how you doing? Dad Jet, how are you doing? Everybody, welcome to the show. It's Friday night. I didn't prepare a lot tonight because I'm still packing to go to Puerto Rico in the morning and trying to spend some time with my wife and things. Shout out to her because she is the woman that's not behind me. She is beside me, as Joseph taught me tonight. Excuse me. Because it is a partnership between the two of us. I could not do what I do without her support. And God bless her. God bless her for being the woman that she is, because I ain't easy to get along with, you know. I got so many things that are going on. I'm a little bit crazy in the head. Shout out to /Rocker7, Lex Rivera, Kathy, how you doing, Jerry? Gray, Taylor, Itchy Trigger, Cowboys. Shout out to everybody. So, a couple of things. I played that because somebody had sent me, and I forgot, sorry. Whoa. Ernest Ellsbury Jr., shout out to you, man. I appreciate that, and we will try to be safe out there and try and help some people out. Thank you for that super chat. I play that because somebody had sent me that and said, I don't know if you've heard this conspiracy theory about Tom Brady possibly coming to the Dallas Cowboys with Josh McDaniels. Okay, let's get real. Let's just take this crap out of here right now. All right, regardless of what you think about Tom Brady, here's what happens with fans out there is we keep living in the past because people keep thinking about Josh Gordon as in, he's got Odell Beckham skills from 2 years ago right now. The fact of the matter is that guy was only good really 2016. He's had a lot of potential, but he's also had a lot of problems with staying on the field. So that's where you got to look at that and say, he's not the guy that you think that he is. And a lot of times that happens. Here's the thing. If you're going to honestly say that the Cowboys are just going to say, you know what, Dak, see you later, have a good life, at the end of the season for nothing, you are crazy in your MFing head. Why would you let a quarterback like Dak Prescott that has done what he has done just walk? I mean, let's be real. You would at least franchise tag him and then try and move him. Because I can guarantee you'll get more than a 4th round draft pick. And as opposed to just saying, let him walk, it's not Kirk Cousins where you would sign Alex Smith and you got Kirk Cousins. You say, well, if I franchise tag him, you might get stuck holding the bag. Worst case is Dak says, okay, fine. And you don't get somebody to trade for him. But I'm guaranteeing you that you get somebody that would give up a 1st round draft pick for Dak Prescott. I just kind of think that because I still look around as quarterbacks are dropping left and right. I know there seems to be more quarterbacks right now than ever before. And regardless of what you hear from these talking heads that Dak Prescott, Dak he's okay if he has people around him. It's just amazing that the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott are the only team that has a quarterback that's just complete crap. That Carson Wentz is literally putting the team on his back and willing them to win every single week because the things they say about Dak, they don't say about Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, who's 9-10 over the last 2 years. Do you guys realize that? 9-10 over the last 2 years. So when you start thinking about, what? Is he putting the team on his back and winning? Because 9-10 to me is below 500, isn't it? Isn't that below 500? I got to check my math. Because we get guys like these idiots. Oops, wrong one. Nope. Sorry.
MVP buzz after throwing 8 touchdowns in the past
idiots.
2 games,
Shannon
leading
Sharp out
Green
there
Bay to a
talking about Dak
7-1
Prescott.
start. He's ranked
He ain't
fifth overall
a
in the
top
latest
10. He ain't
football
elevating the
Quarterback
team.
rankings
He is
right
terrible.
ahead of Rodgers
So
is Tom
who
Brady,
is
who's
doing all that
failing
stuff?
to make the top 10. Dak
Carson
Prescott
Wentz ain't doing
grabs
it.
the 11th
Jared
spot on
Goff's
the
not
list.
doing
So
it.
close. These rankings
I'd say
were
Russell
based off
Wilson,
of last
and I'm
season's
not even
grades,
sure
including
that
playoffs as well as all
Aaron
8
Rodgers is
weeks
doing it
from
on a
this
weekly
season.
basis.
So Shannon, do you agree?
Am I wrong on that?
Hell no. And see, I've told you this, Jenny. All they do is confirm what I've been telling you. They always try to find a way.
Did I miss something
because
on
they're
that
always
one?
gonna go back and
Carson,
try
I
to
got
find a
your
way to get
thoughts,
Tom
but
Brady
no
into
personal
this
attacks,
ranking.
okay?
We're gonna
Philly
bring
actually
in
is a good guy.
last year.
Oh,
We're
Philly
gonna bring in
500,
the
that's my
playoffs from
boy.
last year.
See,
Anybody
there's a
that's
difference.
watching the games this year
I'm
through the
sorry.
first
I'm
8
sitting there
weeks
playing
that thinks Tom
Mr.
Brady
Ed here.
is-
I'm kind of out of it tonight because I got to leave tomorrow morning. I got a lot of things in my mind, so bear with me tonight. Just bear with me as I get through this. Philly 500, him and I are cool. That's my boy. You know, I'll talk trash about him, but you can't. Okay? And see, that's the difference between him and some of these other guys that are just out there trolling me just to troll me because they're trying to raise their channel. I get it. I get it to a point. But after a while, it just gets to get old. And at some point, you need to just be able to be a grown-ass man and man up and take care of your own business. Stop trying to bite off of somebody else to make a name for yourself. You go out there and put in the work to get your results. Because if you think I'm somewhere, and I'm not, I got a long ways to go. I put in the work every single day. Not just here. I put it in on my day job. I put it in with my family. I put it in everything I do. So, back to, that's actually a good look for him. I stopped that at just the right spot. Skip. It's just amazing that there's no quarterback other than Dak Prescott that they got problems with. I'm glad that Tampa Bay's got their quarterback situation straight. I'm glad Miami's got their situation straight. I'm glad that Cincinnati's okay. I'm glad that Denver's got theirs. I'm glad Chicago's got their quarterback situation. I'm glad that the Jets are good. I'm glad that all the other teams in the NFL are doing good except for the Dallas Cowboys. Jeremy Hawkins, thank you very much for that super chat, man. I appreciate that. Shout out to you. Yeah, definitely email Joseph. Joseph's a great guy, man. He's fantastic, man. He just look. Joseph actually went through not having. You see, here's the thing. We all feel like, woe is me. But you don't understand somebody else's burden. Joseph had a plumbing issue at his house, and where he lives, it's in a concrete slab. So he had to have these, I guess outdoor rain catching tanks filled up and stuff. They had to get bottled water and stuff for well over a month and things. So you don't understand somebody else's burdens and things until you've been through them yourself. James Conner, are you in relations to Kevin Milton? It might be Kevin Milton. Is he trolling? Kevin Milton is one of those ones, and he's probably on the Facebook streams because that's what he does, is he just likes to go in there. He gets off because people try and tell him how stupid he is, and so that just makes him show how stupid he is over and over. Dak winning, but how about Cowboys in the past lots of years? Second most wins in the NFL, James Conner, with Dak. You can't put Dak on 2015 or 2014 or 2013. Second most wins in the NFL. Thank you very much. 2 division titles. Thank you very much. Going toe-to-toe with Aaron Rodgers as a rookie in the playoffs. Throwing 3 touchdown passes to Aaron Rodgers, 2. Thank you very much. Anybody know about my second channel? My second channel is Joe Boo's Man Cave. I'm sorry, Joe Boo's Day Job. And I'm going to be, thank you guys because you guys have gotten me over 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate that. We're going to be going to Puerto Rico in the morning. And so we're going to be putting a lot of content and stuff out there. Here we go. And somebody was asking about, that's the channel right there. There's the link. There you go. One more time to make sure for good measure. Bam. That is my In Case Stuff Happens channel. We always have a backup and also where I can put stuff, other content up. The problem in Puerto Rico is the infrastructure is still shot. It literally takes hours. It literally takes hours to upload stuff. So that way, by using the other channel, I can end up loading something over there and I can kind of keep uploading over here. So that way I can kind of get stuff there because I don't want to lose my thunder. I don't want to lose it with the Giants and everything else and the Minnesota Vikings the following week. So I got to keep on working. So, James. Wait. Okay, James. Yes, but I'm talking about real wins like playoff and championship. We beat Seattle last year in the playoffs, right? In 2 division championships. Okay. We done none of that. You got to walk before you can, you got to crawl before you can walk. And you got to walk before you can run. The arrow is going up on that. You've taken care of business 16-5 in your division. Okay? Now, I don't know what planet you're living on, but here's the reality. Unless you're the freaking New England Patriots, ain't nobody else winning Super Bowls on a regular and championships. When was the last time Aaron Rodgers won one? When was the last time Big Ben won one? When was the last time Russell Wilson won one? When was the last time Matty Ice won one? How about Kirk Cousins? You feel me? Matthew Stafford? Phillip Rivers? When was the last time one of those guys won a Super Bowl? See, this is the problem with some of you guys. You are so freaking spoiled rotten that you don't appreciate jack. Angel, no, we were in Puerto Rico rebuilding houses during the summer. Just, I think in June, we went for a week. Me and Michael are leading volunteers rebuilding houses. We got 8 houses we're doing. We're going to be staying in San Juan, but I'm not sure what exact region we'll be working in, but we stay in San Juan and then drive to whatever places we're working on each day. Right. Thank James. Thank Justin. Thank you very much. Yeah, he beat Russell Wilson in the playoffs. Should have beat Aaron Rodgers his first year, but unfortunately the defense couldn't hold him and we left too much time on the clock. It's just that that Dallas is America's team. I almost wish we hadn't gotten that whole thing of being America's team, because that's one of those things that just keeps stinging, and we just are constantly the target. And sometimes I'm beginning to feel like the Dallas Cowboys, because no matter what I do, it seems like I got somebody that's always there talking bad. It's just like, what the heck? What am I doing wrong? I'm staying over here in my lane. I'm dealing with my Dallas Cowboys, and I get idiots that come in. And that's how I think Dak Prescott should feel if he actually watches any of this stuff. It's kind of like, damn, my numbers are all top 5 and everything. How come I still get told that I'm not accurate? I'm not, I've got 14 game-winning drives. I can't put the team on my back. That, all these scrubs out here, that they're better. That, everybody would take guys like Faker Mayfield over me, and it's kind of like, the fuck? How you doing, Zeppelin fan? Man, I tell you what, a week from Wednesday, big day for the banner. That's when I go back to pick it up from my man. There you go, Junior. And that's what amazed me, was Lord Brunson would want to keep his mouth shut. Dude up here putting me in a trash can. Putting me in a trash can. And I didn't even troll his ass after the Cowboys beat him like a redheaded stepchild. I actually felt bad talking about the Eagles to Philly 500. I kept it kind of on, I kept it on kind of the down. I mean, I gave a little bit of crap, but I didn't really ride them. And I guess that had they won, they'd still be riding the heck out of me. Because I don't understand how the Eagles think that they're somebody right now. Right now, I look at my Cowboys and say, you know what? We got potential. We can be pretty good when we play. But right now, we haven't lived up to it. So I'm not going to go around pounding my chest that we all that. But yet somehow the Eagles, with all their drama in that locker room, they are. Stuart Morrison, thank you very much for that super chat. I appreciate that, man. You my dog. We were talking about you earlier today. Yeah, Michael's got a little bit. Yeah, and I'm like, he's taking the cold meds, man. He's got a little bit of a cough, man. Just a little bit. He's fighting it because he's like, nah, man, I got to be well for this, man. See, that's what a grown man does. No matter how you feel, you're going to take care of business. Michael's like over there, yeah, I'm going to take care. Like he's like, yeah, I got my cold meds and everything else. But exactly. Lord Brunson, who? Lord Brunson, who? Exactly. But anyway, I digress, man. I done talked about Shannon Sharp, Mr. Ed. Let me get that. Let me get that off the screen. Hold up. All right, so Michael Bennett. Michael Bennett, signed by our Cowboys. Chris Richard is happy. Chris Richard has basically gone through his like, I know my man. He's been in the system that's similar to it. We've done some things, and I'm looking to do some more things. The funny thing is this. Whenever somebody comes to Dallas, they're going to tell you they're no good. Man, that's why New England got rid of him, man, because he's no good, right? If he had went someplace else, they would have said it's a great move. Because they said, man, look, he only had 2.5 sacks. In New England, he only played 131 plays. So by my measure, 131 divided by 2.5 comes out to 51. So for every 51 plays he played, he got a sack. On average, games, you have anywhere from about 60 to 80 plays. Now, I'm not suggesting that you play him every down. I'm not saying that. But let's say you play him 35 a game. If you play him 35 and he continues to sack at that rate, he'll get about 6 more sacks on the season. So you're looking at him still getting about 8.5 sacks this year, which is the same as he had last year. Interesting. Mark, you're acting like a child if you ask me. He called me names, Mom. No, I'm not saying. No, I'm just putting it out there. If you're a man, be a man and stand up on your own 2 feet as opposed to trying to use somebody else. And if you don't like it, Brad, you know what? You can step the hell out of here too. How about that? Because you know what? Life is too short to put up with bullshit. How about that? Open a video like Michael Anthony does? What is he? Because somebody wants me to go ahead and... Well, you know what, Brad? How about you kiss my high yellow ass, okay? Michael Bennett will get sacked 7. Yeah, if he gets 7 sacks, it's a deal. And he's basically costing us $1 million. $1 million. So it's worth the risk. And you've got to think that he's going to want to get some when we play New England. You got to think he's going to want to get some when he plays against the Eagles for trading him to New England. Now, I'm going to use this little clip here so you can get just a little taste. Unfortunately, this is an Eagles site, but you look at him coming off the edge there with his 2 small shoulder pads. Dak said he asked him about this hit the first time he saw him in Cowboys gear. I mean, bam, he just came out of nowhere. Boom. He can still move. So from that standpoint, I think you got somebody that's going to help. Now, for me, I said this morning, the way I look at the second half of the season, everybody says, well, the Cowboys, they're bad. They got a tough schedule, yada, yada, yada. But here's what I say. I say you're going to get a punch a bump up from the guys that started out the season slow. Zeke Elliott was in Cabo. I know he was running around, got his body weight down and everything else, but there's nothing like football practice and getting in the pads. It's not the same thing. So when you think about him, he seemed like he started hitting his stride, and usually he gets better as the season goes on. So I think you're going to see a better Zeke Elliott. Amari Cooper, right now he's like, this is the first time this season that I've finally healthy and been able to actually practice. And you look at his numbers of what he's done thus far, not being healthy, I think you're going to finally see him maybe even getting into another gear. Jet D, thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. I think you're going to see him starting to get into another gear. I think you're also going to see Byron Jones playing better because he had hip surgery over the summer, wasn't able to be at training camp. And, of course, adding Michael Bennett, that's another little pop for that defense. So you start putting those things. Instead of the team losing players, we finally are getting a little time where they got healthy, hopefully. Lyle Collins, we haven't heard much about how the knee actually is, but he was full participant in practice, as well as Tyron Smith. So if those two guys are back to being healthy, Amari Cooper is not dealing with the big bruise on his leg and the heel problems and things, he should be able to play even better. And if we keep Jason Garrett out of the play calling, where they mess up and go back to what we did before, you could be in great shape. But the Cowboys need to use all of the weapons that are available to them. I showed last week the difference of 3 men in the box versus 10 men in the box. If you can keep 5 or 6 men in the box with Zeke Elliott, he's going to eat. Because if you're balanced, they can't just say, we're just going to stop Zeke Elliott. If they load it up, then you got to start passing. And that's where play action comes in. You know what, Cowboys up north? I would love to see Dak Prescott as MVP just because of all the people that end up throwing so much shade and hate and everything else. You had James Harrison in there talking about, oh, he's just an average quarterback. You know what? If he's just average, I want to know the 15 quarterbacks that they think are better. James, I'm 43 years old, and I've seen them win 3 Super Bowl rings. Wow, I would love to have actually seen one live. I've not done that. I've seen all of their Super Bowls, but not live. He just doesn't look happy. Who just doesn't look happy? I don't think Josh Gordon. You talk about somebody that's happy that that's done over. You know, Seattle. Thank you for taking him off the list. Josh Gordon. I don't think Josh Gordon is as much as he used to be. He was at one time, but you know, having missed so much time, going from team to team to team, it's just not. It's not good. James Conner, you're going to burn all your friends. Okay. This dude gets suspended at least one. And that's the thing. It's like, why would you want to bring problems like that to a team that you finally gotten rid of all the problem people? Good for you, but I said I've never witnessed this. Didn't ask if you did. Okay. DeMarcus Lawrence, Robert Quinn, Van Der Esch, Jalen Smith, Michael Bennett, Antoine Woods, Monday night game versus those Giants. Well, we just better not have a letdown. And sometimes Jason Garrett, his record after bye weeks, I should have actually looked it up, but has not in the past been great. Today's not Cowboys game, by the way. Who said today's Cowboys game? Cowboys in the divisional. Jackson's back for the Eagles, yeah, and Sterling Shepard is back for the Giants as well. Thomas, okay, I'll check it. Angel, you can best believe I'll be there if the Cowboys make the Super Bowl. I'm actually usually at the Super Bowl because of helping. Thomas Garrett, thank you very much for the Super Chats, and I haven't forgot about your shirt. Still waiting for it to come in. I'm usually at the Super Bowl because I work with United Way and stuff, and they end up doing, we got stuff going on at the Cowboys Experience and stuff. In fact, while you're mentioning that, let me share this link with you guys too. James Woodley, thank you very much, man. I hope Dak doesn't resign with the Cowboys and sign with the Carolina. You hope Dak doesn't? Okay. We're depressed right now. Enjoy your trip. I appreciate that, man. I hope Dak doesn't resign either. This is I'm going to be actually at the Super Bowl because United Way is going to have a booth at the NFL Experience. I'm actually going to be there the week before the Super Bowl. If you want to enter this contest and be part of giving back and helping United Way, go to this link right here. I think $10 will get you 10 entries into the contest. And one of the things people don't know, this is one of those secrets that a lot of people don't know. A lot of these contests and things in the Super Bowl, a lot of people don't enter them. Seriously. If you knew the odds on some of these things, and if you knew, if I could tell you guys about one contest that I know about, you wouldn't believe me if I told you how few people entered. How you doing, Benjamin, Corey? I think we need to get Lewis, Wilson, and Pollard more involved, especially Zeke. Well, they need to go ahead and spread. Here's the thing. You want to keep Zeke fresh. You need to use Tony Pollard more on third downs, a change of pace back. You want to go ahead and spread the wealth as much as possible and keep teams unbalanced. Well, Zeke, when I say this, people are going to say I'm crazy. But see, Zeke is not doing as much speed work as he is doing more running people over. Steve, I think you're 100% right. Dak is not going anywhere. As much as they love to have talking heads love to go ahead and say this, that, and the other, have something to talk about. Understand, when it's a quiet day, you hear stuff about the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott because they know that that's going to get some clicks. So when you think about it. Who was talking about Pat McAfee for today? I mean, he is a kicker from Indianapolis. He's not the idiot kicker, but he's still a kicker from Indianapolis. Do I think if Dak beats the Patriots, do you think Jerry Jones will sign him the money Dak is asking for? Who knows at this point? The thing we heard was Jerry said that he thought that the two sides moved a little bit closer together this week, which is, I guess, a good thing. Daniel, thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. Hopefully the wife's off your back now that we got the tile grouted, but I'm sure she'll be back on it for something else. And once we get back and stuff, we'll get back into a groove and get back to doing games here at the house and stuff so you can get some chicken wings for your daughter. Big man gaming, I have no idea why we're not running outside more. And that's where Tony Pollard comes in handy. Because Tony Pollard is more like a running back / wide receiver that you want to go ahead and get the ball in his hands. Who said we wasn't? Well, Steve, you missed the opening of the show where conspiracy theory is that the reason why the Cowboys haven't signed Dak is they're going to fire Jason Garrett, let him walk, and they're going to sign Tom Brady and Josh McDaniels. Don't wrench me out because I'm telling you what you believe. 96, the last time NFC champions, not even Super Bowl. Victor's watching on Facebook. Well, Victor wants to come back. And here's the problem. There are about 25 different Victors that have been blocked on the channel. I don't block the people. It's the moderators that go through and block people out. So I have no idea which one is the real one or if they're all real ones and he's got split personalities or not. Not for us, Mark. Thank you, Angel. And the bigger question is because here's the thing that Brady's still got good numbers, but they're not like, top of the world numbers. I mean, not that we're talking the NFL. And let me do this. Hold up. While we're talking about this. This is the thing that we would get nicked for, but yet New England doesn't. Okay. So Tom Brady threw for 341 yards against Pittsburgh. Not a great team right now. Threw for 264 against Miami. 306 against the Jets. Only 150 against Buffalo. 348 against the Redskins. 334 against the Giants. 249 against the Jets. And 259 against Cleveland. There's only one team in there that has a winning record, and that's Buffalo. Does that seem like it's really like world-beating numbers, that's like, okay, that's best in the NFL? Did I miss that? I'm just saying that I think you're still looking at a guy who, after this year, you see how by the end of the year and at the Super Bowl, his numbers weren't that great. You don't let a young stud quarterback walk and bring in a guy that'll be, 43? Who does that? I heard them say that on one of the talking shows that he's got a Lloyd's of London insurance policy. Derek, thank you very much for that super chat. And it would behoove him to. But, here's the thing about Dak. There's a couple kinds of players out there. I remember meeting Nnamdi Asomugha. He was doing work. This is when he was still a Raider. We were out actually at NFL Network, and we're going to do a photo shoot with him for United Way. And this is when nobody really knew who he was. And so I'm here in NFL Network, so I'm happy as can be because I'm here in NFL Network. And this guy walks in. And he said, "Hey, I'm Nnamdi Asomugha." I looked at him and I'm like, "Damn, you're an NFL cornerback?" I'm like, "Shit, I can take you out." What amazed me about the guy was he was still driving a Maxima, not a new Maxima. This Maxima was about 10 years old. He was smart with his money. The guy was tight with his money. I mean, tight. He'll have that money generationally to pass on to his great-grandkids. In his household, everybody else were doctors and lawyers. They looked at him as like, "Oh, you're just a football player." And that's the kind of person that Dak Prescott is. Dak is the kind of guy who's, he's going to be good with his money. He's not going to be out there just blowing tons and tons of money. He's going to live within his means, and he can wait it out. I mean, although he's making $50+ million in endorsements, as opposed to some of these guys, when we had the last NFL strike, where the NFLPA basically had to give them money to make it through. If you're making multiple millions of dollars a year, you should be able to make it for a couple of months through a strike. If you can't, then you're screwed for the rest of your life. Imagine if Dak holds out. Who do we have? Wow. Giants ain't win. I'm going to say this, Junior. Anything can happen, and anybody can beat you. We found that out about the Jets. Don't sleep on the Giants because it is a divisional game. Now, I know it's been since 2016 since they beat us. 2016. We have beat them the last 5 times. You might even say maybe it's time to be due. And I've been sitting here thinking about the rest of the season. We got 9 games left. I said they're going to go 11-5. That means they need to go 7-2. And I'm not sure that they can go undefeated in the division. Every year, we always kind of lose one game in the division. I hope it's not the Giants, because if it's the Giants, oh, my God.
Probably the Redskins.
It could be the Redskins. That may be the one, because hopefully we'll have already clinched the division. Michael, there you go.
Redskins or the Eagles.
100 grand, thank you. How do you know what somebody is going to do? That's the thing. You know, people come in, Cowboys ain't going to playoffs. How you know not going to playoffs? We won our division. I agree with you, Junior. We got to win. We have to win because we want to go 5-3. And, of course, here everybody talking about, well, it's only the Giants that you beat. You just beating up on the bad teams. I ain't hearing nobody say that about New England. They'll do it. You'd love a 49er or a Cowboy game? That would be good. That would be kind of that'd be like a throwback. We have to keep dominating our division. That's the one thing we have definitely done. Playoffs, one team coming out of these. You know, I'm not going to necessarily say that yet either, too, because, you know, Carolina has kind of, come back down to earth. They got their ass handed to them last week. I'm still not sold on San Francisco just yet. And you got to realize the Rams, San Francisco, and Seattle, they're going to still be beating up on each other. Green Bay is legit. I'm still not sold on the Vikings yet. And see, we take care of business against the Vikings, you know. Clock's in D. It's time to go to work. Okay, amen. So you're going to see some of these teams kind of come back down some. If we end up, listen, if we go ahead, take care of the Lions, the Vikings, and the Giants, you've got New England there, and you know New England, that's going to be a big game. I'm not going to put it out there that the Cowboys don't have a chance against that one because I think they do. The 49ers last night, winning by, 3 points against the Cardinals? That didn't really impress me last night. It didn't. I'll be honest, it did not impress me. That's where you start looking at it and saying, okay, is this just kind of fool's gold? When was the last time a quarterback held out? That's a good question. We had one who threatened to. You remember Russell Wilson basically said, if I'm not signed by April 15th, I will never sign a long-term deal. So he put a gun to their head, and they definitely said, okay. Lions are tough, Mark. Patriots going to beat Dallas' ass, laugh out loud. Are you crazy? They said that about New Orleans last year, too, didn't they, Brad? Clifford, longtime fan since '89. Shout out to you. Now, Green Bay is a illusion. I really see them falling off. Of course, they still have Aaron. Yeah, and that's the thing. You have some teams that will start out. Okay, think about us last year. Think about us. We started out like some crap, and we ended up peaking at the end, right? The year before, we actually played really well the first part of the season, then we played like crap. So you could look and say, maybe Green Bay has played really well right now, and then all of a sudden they start wearing down. New England's going to lose that first game to Dallas. Oh, I would love that. Oh, I would love that. Because could you imagine how Shannon Sharp's head would explode? I'm a Cowboys fan, but we seek. I think you mean suck, right? Keep it clean and keep it football, Joseph. The Lions are kind of like out-of-division rivals, so we have great games against. You know what, Joshua? Oh, think about those two games that we were up 21 points against the Lions and lost. Oh, my God. That one that Bobby Carpenter got 2 interceptions of Romo. He looked like a Hall of Famer. That bust that we had. Steve, good night, man. I might even get out of here early tonight because I still got to pack and I am just tired as can be. Tim Brock, what's up? Doing our live stream here, just hanging out with some of my friends and stuff here tonight. Getting ready to go to Puerto Rico in the morning. Your lineup is nice. Yeah, when they're healthy, they are. Well, Junior, that's the key to beating Tom Brady is to put pressure in his face. He does not like it. We win and the Eagles lose on Sunday. We have the division. Well, that's a big game, too, for them. Do we still have the best O-line? If they're healthy, you can make that argument. The Talkheads would probably call the day off if we beat New England. Yeah. You know what? If we beat New England, I might just set up like a Jobu's wing shop, and just say free wings for everybody. It'll be kind of like when Cleveland got that first win after having all those years of losing, where they're giving away free beer. We might do that. How did the Pats diss us? Who said they dissed us? They actually tossed us a bone by trading Michael Bennett dirt cheap. I believe in this team, just not Jason Garrett. I agree with you on that one. But as long as here's how you have to look at it. The head of a company does not have to know how to do everything. His job is to put people in positions to be successful. Okay? He may not know how you make the sausage, and that's okay, as long as he's got a sausage making master making it. And that's what he needs to do, is just kind of oversee, keep your hands off of it. Let your position coaches take care of the positions. Don't mess up what they're doing, especially if it's working. Destroy Dallas. Yeah, Deshaun is back, but the question is how good is he going to be after having one game for him this year? Well, Jed D, I might need your help on that too. Patriots won America's team, Mark. They want to be America's team. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that too, D. Well, seeing Jordan Lewis play. Jordan Lewis, because he's basically 5'10", and they like taller guys, has been kind of the doghouse. But when he's gotten out there, he's played well. I think that actually could be a big boost for the defense. You want a rematch with the Packers? You could see it in the playoffs, possibly. Randy, I don't know that I want to have done that one for as much as they wanted. I'm sorry, that's just too much. When you start talking about 2 first round, because here's the thing, they were already looking at 1 first rounder, another draft pick, and a backup player. That to me was already too much. Now you're talking about 2 number ones? No, that's crazy. Thank you, William. We definitely be safe. Well, tell you what else I do want to talk about is Tristan Hill. Man, I don't know what's going on with dude. I at least heard some good stuff with Antoine Woods. Antoine Woods at least was basically like, not happy about being sent home. Took responsibility of it and said, look, I've only been late 1 time in 4 years in the pros and 1 time in college in 5 years. That's only twice in 9 years. So he's kind of like, why are you picking on me? But you have to have somebody be the example. And Tristan Hill and him got to be the example to make sure everybody else woke up. But the thing I don't like is I haven't heard anything from Tristan Hill basically saying, man, I'm wrong. I need to make up. I'm sorry. I've heard nothing. Maybe I've missed it because I've been busy.
Look at the interview.
See you later, Jet. Thank you very much for the super chat and being here.
They asked about why you fall asleep.
Did he? What did he say?
No, you said watch the interview. I didn't watch it.
Oh, you didn't watch it?
They asked about how can he fall asleep in Isaiah Thomas's.
Oh, okay. All right. So my bad. He did have something to say on it. I'll have to check it out. Thank you.
Watch it either, so I don't know.
Well, we've been a little busy, man.
I know.
Nice haircut. Appreciate that. If Garrett doesn't get involved in the play call, the Cowboys will be NFC champs. You leave my Uncle Mark alone, please. Hi, I'm Andy. Okay. Football bird, 20,000. Okay. Zeppelin fan, I'm tired too, man. I ain't going to lie. I'm tired as can be. I got to finish getting my tools together. I got to get my clothes together. Got to make sure my wife's together. He needs another year in the weight room and supplements. Well, you know what? I get that kind of thing, but when you're late, that tells me no. Why is there a Redskin helmet on my desk? You're new here, right? You know there's a giant one too, right? On the cockroach? That's for their fans. You see? It's Redskin helmet on the cockroach. And see, what we do is whenever we win games, the helmets go in the dumpster. So far, we got a Miami Dolphin helmet in there. We got a Redskin helmet in there. We got a Giant helmet in there. Oh, and we have an Eagle one in there. And, of course, we have the Eagles cockroach. Now, FYI, the cockroaches in Puerto Rico, we've seen one this big there. And speaking of this, before we get ready to get out of here, I'm going to just show you guys something. You may feel bad about your situation, that you may not have everything that you want. But I want to tell you, be thankful for what you got. This lady right here, Ramona, I believe is her first name. This is one of the houses that we're going to be working on. Her house was pretty much destroyed by the hurricane. You'll notice the plywood that's kind of covering the opening here. You notice the block walls where the grout lines are, the mortar lines are messed up. You'll notice the concrete floor. You'll notice the stove, and that's the one cabinet and sink that she's got. So I'm going to end this a little early tonight because I do have a lot of stuff to do. But I want you guys to understand that we are blessed, that we have so much in excess. I know that the Dallas Cowboys have not won the Super Bowl in too long. But you know what? We got some exciting games. We got some great young talent. And I still believe that the Cowboys star is pointing in the right direction. Because after we won those Super Bowls, we kind of hung on a little bit, didn't do anything. And then the early 2000s, you know, Chan Gailey and those guys where we were 5-11 and 5-11 and 5-11. Every year we've got a chance. We're playing some good football. We're getting better. We got young talent. We compete. We got a good group of people that are working together. Be thankful that you got that. Be thankful that we're not dysfunctional like, say, the Redskins. That every quarterback goes there, gets destroyed. That now you got the medical staff of theirs that looks completely incompetent. That you have the Cleveland Browns, that they thought they had the great quarterback, and now the guy's pulling Ryan Leafs. You got Odell, and he's kind of throwing people under the bus now. Be thankful for what you got. And work hard to try and improve yourself, your situation, and the people around you. They're going to feel us. Oh, I hope they feel us. Thank you very much, Double D. Last year we were 1 yard from the Super Bowl. Yeah, you could say had we stopped Jared Goff on that third down, you know, yes, we are staying at a hotel, that I believe Dak Prescott would have taken us down the field for the winning score. I believe that too. Am I mad that Odell got traded to the Browns? Didn't bother me one way or the other if he stayed in New York or not. And the Miami fans here, nowhere to be found. How about them boys? How about them Boris? How's it going? Just living the dream, man. Palm Bay, boys, F. Zeke and Tony Pollard, 100 yards. I hope you mean 100 yards each, not 100 combined. I'd like to see more than 50 yards for each of them. What? Giants got well. I don't know. Daniel Jones might be a player. I think he's still got a lot to learn. Urban Meyer's for coach. 4th and 1 mark. My expectations are 7-2 to finish off the season. Yeah, we'll be safe. Big man gaming. My level of concern is like it is every week. I'm always scared. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Football Bird. 20,000. Amari Cooper, the next Jerry Rice. Wouldn't that be nice? We leave tomorrow. We'll be back Saturday. Oh, Kathy, Clearwater is beautiful. Went there one time with the wife. Thank you very much, Andrew. I appreciate it. Dak is Steve McNair. He was one yard, half a yard from winning the Super Bowl himself. Not another 8-8. No, we're not going 8-8, buddy. Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones will be good in 2 years, but Wentz will still be the same. Eagles stink. Oh, I see we got an Eagle hater in here. I mean, Eagle, yeah. Yep, we got haters. Michael Anthony is Dak. Good food over there. It is good food, but the only problem is it's so much starch. See, that's like I'm going to get back on my keto after I get back because it's kind of like you got meat, you got potatoes, you got plantains, and you got rice. So it's like starch on top of starch on top of starch. Well, our D-line, I think, is going to be better. If D-Law, okay, let me go ahead. Oh, there's Miss Jackie. How are you doing? D-Law, I think, is now going to be getting into a groove. I think because he was dealing with the shoulder surgery, didn't have the offseason, that it took him a while to finally get up to speed. I think he's going to be ready to rock and roll from here on out. Robert Quinn is fine. He's back and healthy. Michael Bennett can play defensive end or tackle. He's kind of like Tyrone Crawford. Tyrone Crawford could play both of those, but he's got a better motor than Tyrone Crawford, and he delivers a better blow than Tyrone Crawford. Antoine Woods is another guy that, he's plugs up the middle, big wide body. He's back from injury. And Malik Collins quietly has actually been having a really good season. So I think that you're going to look at this defensive line, and this defensive line is going to be able to get a great push, and I think it's going to be good leading us into the second half. So I see everybody's coming in late. Rashid, how are you doing, man? Are you ready to go ahead and take your medicine Monday night? Because the Cowboys are coming up to New York to kick some ass. Dez Bryant coming. What the hell? Do I think this is Tyron Smith's last year? I don't think so. But you have to start planning for Tyron Smith's replacement. I agree with you on that. Danny 2 cents. We're ready to ball, Mark. Yeah, I know I am. Well, Mike, that's the doorbell. Mike? Somebody just rang the doorbell. Can you check the door? Okay. I don't know who's ringing the doorbell this late. But anyway, guys, I got to get ready to get out of here because somebody's at my door. And I got to get ready for tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and let this go. Yeah, I'll go get it. I'll go.
They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.
not closed. Where's my key? I didn't realize. Must have not closed. You know why? Because it's probably something that was in the way. It has something going that won't close or something in the way.
Oh boy! All right, now I gotta pack this stuff up.
But the thing is, the way my car is, ain't no one gonna be able to steal it.
All right, Jobu, you ready to get up out of here?
Unless you had a transponders like mine, you can't steal my car. There's nothing inside of it for stealing.
Oh boy!
You gotta get valuable in the car.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you don't leave that open.
I closed it. But sometimes it's something in the way the sensor won't close, like the garage.
Oh, check this out. I found
What, your string still on?
no, I found NFL Snickers, and so I opened up the first bag.
Well, there is that Dallas Cowboys one.
Well, no, look, I got so far. So when we play, I gotta make sure I take this one with us. Put that in the dumpster. I got Cowboys, I got Lions, I got New England. I found Redskins. So I've got almost everybody thus far. So we're gonna be hangry against the Giants.
I got every helmet that I played this year.
And so we got to make sure we got to take the dumpster and the giant cockroach. That's got to go.
Check next year. They have more of the helmets.
Oh, I didn't turn this off, did I? Hey, everybody. Okay. I guess you guys got a little bonus time here. I got to pack up all my stuff, and apparently I forgot to turn this off when I went upstairs. So, I'm going to see you guys later. I got to get this stuff together, packed up, and go to bed so I can get out of here tomorrow. I'm smiling, Joseph. I'm smiling. You mean sacks all night on Monday? I hope so. I hope we get a big win. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm kind of exhausted right now. Just so much stuff to do. And sometimes I feel like I got the weight of the world on my shoulders. Nah, Clifford, it ain't even worth it, man. It's not even worth it. I appreciate that, though. I wouldn't even worry about it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end this, guys. And I guess this is... I'll do the morning report before we leave. But that'll be the end of this for a week. Man. Wow. Oh, my new channel is Jobu. I'll tell you what, let me hit that for you. Let me get the link. This is my other channel. We're going to be posting videos and stuff of our work and stuff there in Puerto Rico on it. Right there. There you go.